Ooh, oh, hey everyone, Joe and Amelie here, always streaming live from you from wonderful Las Vegas. Kidding, just kidding, not Las Vegas at all. I'm from somewhere in Valleyfield, and she's in Prague or something like that. Good evening, young woman.
Good evening, sir. How are you today?
Oh, I'm fantabulous, thank you. I am with you today, so my day is always well with you.
Oh, you're so lovely.
Aren't I? Ain't I a stinker? Yeah, no, of course. I look forward to this. I look forward to this. And we are recording three. For those of you who don't know, we're doing three movies today. It's going to be Row, Bad Man, and Jester 2. Spoiler alert. We are going to spoil the crap out of these movies. We will probably give you a small little heads up. But if you don't want things complete, well, do you want to do spoilers or no spoilers today?
I wish to not spoil for
Okay.
the movie
Okay.
because no, they're good. They deserve a non-spoiler.
Okay. Tell you what, we will not spoil these movies today. Never mind. No more spoil alert for this movie thing. And we'll go like this the entire day. I'll use this voice instead. No. We will talk about them. We'll set them up. I don't give ratings anymore. You can rate them if you want. I don't rate movies anymore. But I will say all three of these are screeners. So thank you, everyone who gave us a screener. And thank you at home, the home edition. Like and subscribe now because we got some. I wouldn't call them all three horror movies. I think it's like one is psychological drama, and then the other one is like action comedy, and then the last one is like horror. Sorry, let's hit my mic. The last one's
Yeah,
horror.
yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah. And then we talked about this beforehand, but I've got a special treat for all of us. Two things. Numero uno. Amelie and I got a screener of the Thunderbirds, not not the Marvel film, but the actual old British show. And yeah, we're gonna watch it and just record us as like a reaction video of us watching it because I
Deserve
started
it.
to it. I was
Yeah,
like, "There's no way." Yeah, this
yeah.
is completely it. And it reminded me of way back when for I don't think I'm an NDA with this, but we'll say some horror hostess and host sometimes, most of the hostess would watch cartoons with people, like basic cartoons with us on the internet and just kind of like chill out, especially during the pandemic. And it kind of reminded me of doing that. I thought like, we'll bring that back just for you guys. And Amelie and I will 3, 2, 1 go. We're not going to actually show any of the Thunderbirds. I don't want to get sued, but it's just reaction of us giggling. We won't use the whole thing. Otherwise, just us watching fucking two things. We'll see. We'll see how it happens. But that's numero uno. Number two, Box Human wants to do a Conjuring movie of Thon, and the Conjuring movies we will spoil the shit out of. But that's coming up later. But right now, we got Row, Bad Man, or Bad Man. Sorry, singular, Bad Man, and the Jester too legit to quit. All that and more on this Streamin Demons. So we watched all of them. Yes,
Yes, we did.
cool. And we agreed that they're not all. We are expanding beyond horror, so obviously, Bad Man was not ever going to be horror. But would you consider Row horror?
Haha. No,
No, right? And
no, no,
it's
no, no.
on IMDb. For those who don't know, it's the first movie's going to be Row. It is 2025, and here we go on IMDb. Directed by Matthew Lasasso and stars Sophie Skelton and Bella Dayne and Akshay Khanna. After a failed transatlantic world record, sorry. Today's reading brought to you by World Record Attempt. A woman washes ashore on a blood-stained rowing boat. With all of her crewmates missing, presumed dead, she must try and piece together fractured memories of the ordeal to prove her innocence. They list it as a psychological thriller, an adventure mystery thriller. I agree. I think it's a psychological thriller. So it's not horror, but it's one of those things where I'm like, this is a movie I think you would like. I thought you would like this movie. I think you found it
Yeah,
interesting. Yeah.
yeah. You're right. I really love that movie. Actually, out of the three movie you asked me to watch, is my favorite.
Really? That's
I
surprising.
Yeah, and I'm going to say that's a movie who deserves to be watched on cinema. So not
Yes.
every kind of cinema, like more particularly intellectual cinema, because we have two kind of cinema. In France, we have the small cinema where there is a theatrical release of very specific movie, and the more public open cinema. I would say a simple cinema would be perfect for that movie, and I
Yeah.
would watch it and not get
Absolutely.
bored
Yeah. I
because.
think you're right.
Mhm.
I think you're right. I think this is we made this distinction before in our last episode. Like James Bond, of course, is a cinema movie. I think Row is better on the big screen than the small one because of the vastness of the ocean or the water. Like you want to be kind of afloat with them,
Yes.
and I think this works really well in the cinemas. And in fact, that's great you say that because you can watch Row right now in the cinemas. Go see it. Check it out. I believe it's currently in the cinemas. I could be completely wrong on this. No. Okay, release date. Yeah, okay, sure. It released in Kazakhstan. The shit? Nice. So, I won't get that. It's only an hour and 58 minutes, and they use it correctly. I don't think any parts go long.
Correct.
I think it's a pretty tight movie. And have you. Okay, I didn't know this, and we talked about this as almost like a weird date night version of a podcast. But I didn't know this about you. We talked briefly about the notes, but you were living on a boat?
Correct. I lived 2 weeks on a skipper boat in Australia. So, not in the middle of the ocean, but on the
Right.
bay. So, long story short, me and my partner decided to go around the world and we joined a website called WeWork. So you post your
Okay.
CV, explain your story, what you want, if you're vegan, if you're a traveler, if you speak different language. And we met that couple who are both Australian and decided to go from Australia to New Zealand in a skipper boat. So
Right.
brand new skipper boat, they were fixing, etc. Top notch. And we stayed 2 weeks there to clean the barnacles, to help repaint, and it was really interesting. Like it's a very, very small boat, but inside it's very full. So you have the
Yeah.
toilet on the back, you have your little bed, etc. So that was really interesting to meet these people who live on boat. We met also people who live 365 days a week, a year on a boat. Like it's
Right.
a brand new world.
Yeah, I think that is isolating. So you were off the coast of Australia. Could you
Correct.
imagine being on that boat in the middle of nowhere?
Yes. Actually, yes, it makes sense. When you live there, the first 24, 48 hours when you don't have the habit, it's strange because you need to find your balance and you
Yeah.
get out and there's just the sea, the water, but it's very calm, it's very peaceful. I think it's something you would like because you are in the complete darkness. There is no light around from the road. It's complete
Yeah.
darkness. You look at the horizon, you can see the star, and you can smell the sea, and it's quiet, but peacefully quiet. And when you fall asleep with the boat
Rocking.
rocking, and it's one of my best experience. I remember being in the middle of the lake, the bay, and it's so dark. It's beautiful. You can see the world around you with the light, and you're just in the middle of the nature. I've been to jungle, mountains, the
Yeah.
field, But being in the middle of the ocean, it's completely different. It's very peaceful. So when you watch the movie and you see complete darkness and the wave going on, and I'm like, yeah, that's the feeling. That's why I love that movie, because you have the feeling. You have the feeling of being in one couch, closing the door to have your time for yourself and in your
Yeah.
pouch. The toilet was inside, but just this little thing, of you need to go up and you need to do this, to do that. The owner of the boat moved their boat in the ocean for us to
Yeah.
go to an island. And
That's
it's very
cool.
impressive. Everybody does something. You cannot do nothing. Everybody does something. You grab a rope, you tongue on the left, you tongue on the right, you grab something else, you stop the boat, etc. Everybody does something, and you need to be a good swimmer. And they go really, really deep on the
Yeah.
sea or the ocean. So when you jump, you jump. There, y a papier. You need to swim. It's really interesting.
And that's the thing. I can't swim.
You don't swim?
I can't. I don't know how to.
C'est vrai? It's true?
Yeah, it's true. I never got well. Put it this way, my dad tried to teach me, but he tried to teach me a very difficult way.
Mhm.
Meaning, not the very most kindest and patient person in the world about swimming lessons. It was kind of like the ones like, you know, good luck, fucker. Like, well, I didn't drown, but I didn't really learn swimming that much.
That's really interesting. Somebody who is so athletic like you, I would think, you would go to the gym, have a shower, go for a swim with someone to help your back.
Go. Who has a pool? I mean, I grew up in places like my friends can swim because they all had. They were, I guess, they were on the lakes and stuff like that. But no, no one taught us how to swim as a kid. If you weren't doing that every time, then no, man, we never got into that. But I do love boats. I love boats.
Mhm. But you
I
don't
mean,
swim.
I
That's
love the
so
Love Boat, especially.
interesting.
I think dreams come true on a Love
Uh-huh.
Boat.
You like
Yeah,
boat. Yeah. But that's so
love them.
interesting because you're an athlete. Like you're champion of Taekwondo. I would think you met people who would have helped you to learn how to swim in professional swimming pool or this kind of thing.
Professional swimming pool. What do you think my life is?
Yeah, like, you
You
know,
think I'm just like hanging out, like, hey, Michael Phelps. Anyways, yeah, they're different sports. Although a lot of people from my training team, the team I was training with back in the day, they were coral diving, they were scuba diving and reef diving.
I don't like that. It's very claustrophobic for me. People
Yeah, well, I'm
propose
saying
to me
like
to do
they
so.
were swimming and stuff like that.
Oh, nah, 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 nah,
So you're
nah,
saying
because
that's
you have a mask.
claustrophobic?
For me,
Yeah,
it's claustrophobic. I can't. I can't. I can't. I saw the thing. I tried to put the thing on my feet and on my nose, and I'm like,
so there's
no.
some things about this so that you can connect this to the movie then, because that means there's some things about what they were going through in this movie that would be too claustrophobic for you, even though you love swimming, you're in the boats. And for me, it's like a circle of hell. I would love to be on the boat, but once you see the waves come in and crashing through, I'm like, no, f this.
Hmm.
Like anyone's like,
I.
want to do a world record? Like, not really
It's
in anything.
it's so interesting. Like I'm so impressed by, for example, Helen MacArthur, who was alone in a boat with a computer and trying to stay awake. She stayed awake for 40 days, like with micro sleep and everything. In France, there is a lot of French who try to go through the Atlantic with their boat, and
Yeah,
it's really interesting. They do what we call micro sleep. They sleep for 20 minutes maximum, and they wake up and they stay awake, and they do their little routines. They have a small computer to communicate with planet Earth. Like it's
yeah.
really interesting.
So you're saying the areas where you grew up and the real life experiences out there mimic Row, the movie Row. pretty
Yes,
well then,
yes. Oh,
where they have
yeah, yeah. I came from Calais, and you always have somebody like an American who's trying to swing from Dover to Calais. Or,
sure.
for example, Hélène Mercature is coming to Boulogne-sur-Mer to present a new boat because we have Boulogne-sur-Mer, who is a city where a lot of explorers from France came from. We have in France the region Brittany, Bretagne, so you have the spectacular boats who went around the
Okay.
world and stuff like that. Yeah, my region is on the sea. It's true. I tend
So
to
yeah,
forget. It's true.
that makes sense because that's why you connected this one. I do like this movie, and I agree this should be absolutely seen in a big theater because it gives you that isolation feeling. Because although they are in a boat together, there's a group of them on the boat. For those that don't know, it's about a movie with a bunch of people going on a boat trying to break a world record attempt by traveling across from one part of the world to the other. Sure. Have we seen it before? Absolutely. But have we seen it with people who are, we'll say, not murdering each other, but also not murdering each other? Like we see it from two of our ends of it. We see this woman who's washed up the shore, and we kind of see it through her fragmented memories. So the narration is not exactly reliable, not because she's lying, but her memories are fragmented. And sometimes we see it from, I believe, an honest view of what happened. For, we get information for things that when she was not there, so she cannot have that memory. So we see a bit of both. And
Correct.
I think they did that really well as a layering in the story part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are parts of the movie without spoil. We're not going to spoil it. I think you mentioned something about an incident that happened during the movie. You're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that guy did that." Me neither. I'm
Oh
like,
mon
"Oh
Dieu!
my,"
Yes.
without mentioning
So
it, without
this is the
mentioning it.
plot. This is the plot of the movie, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Four people, two women and two men, who's been training for 3 years to break a record. They are in a sort of skipper, small skipper, but they just row. There is no.
Row, row, row your boat.
It's between Canada and Ireland. So for 3 years,
Really?
they study, they try, etc. And what happened is we are watching the movie. It's the third day, and we see the two ladies having a conversation, and it's their break. They're
Right.
trying to eat, and they've got pouches with food. So they're like, okay, this is the food, etc. They already ate the food because during their conversation, they're like, oh, this is the food. Off, I advise you to do this, to do that. They open the pouch and they look for a sort of kettle. They look, don't find it. Open the door and they're like, "Hey, Captain, Captain, where is the kettle? Where is the kettle?" And the guy, you don't see him, and say with a nonchalance, "Oh, I take it off because of the weight of the boat."
Yeah.
So they close the doors. They look at each other like, "Well, with water." Just there, if I trained for 3 years and have a kettle for 3 years, and the guy 3 days into the tour, I hear, I throw the kettle, I grab the dude, and I throw him out of the boat. When you prepare to travel in jungle, on
Yeah.
sea, ocean, in a different country, you decide to move to Australia, decide to move to do through Asia, etc. You
Yeah.
make your research, insurance, food, backpack, shoes. I don't know if I have my shoes. These shoes, ladies and gentlemen, these shoes are
Those right there.
fantastic for hot weather and for rain. It's Australian boots people buy in Australia, especially people from the outback, because they're
Right.
fantastic. You see, no lace, really easy to see inside in case of spider, in case of snake, and I've been wearing them for 5 years and they're really, really strong. That's just a pair of shoes, you're going to say. No,
Right.
ladies and gentlemen, it's hours and years of study and reason for that. If the dude decide just a week before to throw the kettle, I'm throwing the guy out. So when I
Yeah.
watch the movie, I notice some stuff and I laugh a little bit saying, oh, they have fun on their boat. Hee ha ho. Where is the computer? Because they all have a computer to check the location and to send SOS and communicate with planet Earth. Basically, it's mandatory. But the kettle thing, I was like, are you? No, 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 no.
Welcome to Streamin Demons. Come for the movie review, stay for the shoe knowledge.
Shoe knowledge. No, but you
Yeah.
need to understand when I heard that from the get go, I'm like, what? And he didn't
Okay.
inform his team. Normally, before you enter your boat, you're like, okay, guys, we are four people, da 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 da. So, just so you know, I've decided to take off the kettle, right, for weight. So we're going to eat this much. We have this much pouch. We do this, we do that, patati patata.
Right.
You
But
found
this
out,
also might be the way the story is being told, though. That's what I'm saying. You're not going to see any of that
yeah,
with the setup, right?
yeah,
You're not going to see the movie's not going to show you bit by bit, be 12 million hours long. So you're going to have it when she washes up the shore of Scotland. She's on this small island from Scotland, and you have a police person there to see who's, is she really this strange person's there. And so we kind of see it at the end of the movie, and then it backs up to the beginning, right?
yeah,
And it shows here and there where you have, like you said, her best friend Lexi. We're talking about, of course, Megan is the character in the film, and then her best friend Lexi, and then the captain Daniel, and then the mystery man that may or may not be, we're not sure if the police is gaslighting her or her memory's bad or a bit of both. Who knows? Who replaces Lexi's boyfriend, who was supposed to go but did
yeah,
not, right?
yeah.
Or not Lexi's, and then we don't know how reliable Megan is as a narrator. I will say this: there were times during this film I was wishing for people to die. There were
Oh
times
yeah,
during the film,
oh
like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
hope this,
yeah, yeah,
because they're
yeah.
being an a-hole. I'm like, this guy is an absolute a-hole. And did you ever watch the Ren and Stimpy Space Madness episode?
Yes, yes.
Space Madness. And he's floating around, and Ren's floating around in the in the bathtub that's no longer there, and he's going through and he's eating the bar. Fucking hit my mic again. Eating the bar of soap, and I think it's like an ice cream bar. That's this movie in a nutshell. This movie is basically space madness happening in the ocean. Ocean Madness, I believe, the name of the movie, Final Offer. So you don't know who's being good and who's being nice. You don't know one thing or the other, but they start cracking. Like paranoia is running high. Things happen, bad things happen, and then mistakes are made to compound those bad things happening. And that one dude, do you think that Daniel, who's the captain, the captain guy, do you think he is a likable person?
No, not at
No,
all.
he's a dick. He's like a rich dick. He's a rich prick, basically. He's like, oh, I'm bored of my life. Let's break a world record or some shit. Okay. So Dad'd be proud of me. Hmm.
No, 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 no. And he make decisions who are really bad. Like every decision he make, I'm like, I would
Yeah.
kill the dude. I would kill the
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. Like everyone. And other people, we're not saying that other people make great decisions, but by far for being the captain, especially, he is the worst person you want as captain on this ship. Like the worst. Like you might as well just have a piece of fish as a captain. Like, oh, put a little hat on it. So yeah, it does tension well. The movie does tension well. There's not a lot of special effects. It doesn't need any. Like Shutter Island didn't have a lot of special effects. It's the tension that builds the movie. And I believe for an hour 58 minutes or something like that, it runs well, but there are some flaws with the movie. Flaw numero uno. I am not entirely sure who in the hell would agree to going to break a world record with some, like, sort of a friend, but some like total a-hole. It's like they had to know the guy was an a hole before they said like, yeah, it's cool if you just join your crew, right? I mean, I get it. Maybe they're. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand the dynamics. Or I know the two women were friends, and one was supposed to be the boyfriend. And then some random person last minute stops in. That should be a flag to stop. You plan this all this time. It should be a flag to stop. And then no one's got a weather forecast. I don't even leave the fucking house without a weather forecast. Like, what's gonna be like for the rest of the week? What's it gonna be like? Oh, horrifically bad on the water. We probably shouldn't be doing this time. Let's take it. Let's do it next time. They kept
You're
plowing through.
laughing. You're laughing, but me being in Malaysia and advising people to take X, Y, Z road for their walk,
Yeah.
they wouldn't listen. Dude, we had to have a German girl who broke her arm for everyone to listen. There were heavy rain and there was a path number 10. And we
Yeah.
advise everyone do not take the path number 10. Every villager stop taking it. There is a dog who has rabies at the end. It's very slippery. Be careful. Oh, don't care. We've got the good shoes. We hardcore traveler. Na 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 na. We were doing a quiz trivia in the hotel, and the German girl just passed in front of everyone with her arm like that with a
Oh God.
special plaster. Oh, she was ashamed. She ran towards a room. There is one girl who stood up to look after her. She came back.
Yeah.
The room was quiet, dead quiet. She was like, she broke her arm in path number 10. She slept, hit her arm next to a tree, and she
Jeez.
broke one of her bone and she had to get operated. And everybody turned to me and said, so path number 10 is not taken by the villager and it's been raining for the past 2 weeks. Therefore, that's why we advise you to not take path number 10. And the following days, everybody was on my ass to say, so this is the shoes I'm going to use. Is that the good shoes?
Right.
I'm going to,
Again,
that
come
path,
from the
is that
shoes.
good,
Yeah.
etc. People don't listen. Like, they're really dumb. So that kind of situation, oh, I'm sure. Like
So
the
you're
French
saying this
guy
would
who
definitely
he,
happen?
yeah,
Okay.
oh yeah,
Yeah, that was
French
the one
guy
of the
from
things.
my
Like,
region, kayak in Canada in the middle of the lake, the Indian lake. Oh, he died. I'm like, yeah. Did he prepare? Did he contact everyone to be safe,
yeah,
etc.?
and
No. Bam.
that was driving. Now, I'm not saying that's driving me nuts. I think it's part of the character background on their level of preparedness for an event that's supposed to be breaking a world record. They're woefully unprepared for this. Woefully unprepared, and yet it's realistic. That's what thing we're saying. We're not saying it's not realistic, not being, the plot's not being unfair. It's realistic, and the acting. I do not like the captain. Dig. It's because the acting is so good. If
Oh
the acting
yeah,
was poor,
yeah,
we wouldn't care about any of the characters. There's only 4 characters, and they have to, well, 5 and a half characters really, but you spend most of your time with 4 characters, and they have to carry the entire film with almost no budget. Their
yeah.
co-star is a boat. Like, that's the effing co-star is a
Mhm.
boat starring the
And the
boat.
ocean.
Yeah, and they carry the film. They absolutely carry the film. I don't know any of the actors. If they were in my supermarket or not, I wouldn't be able to pick them out. But they are fantastic, and they do make the film. The
Yeah,
directing, every little cut and paste, and every little thing that they did works in this movie. It's an interesting movie,
yeah,
and it's something
and
that's a
so
psychological thriller.
detailed.
Yeah,
It's so detailed. Like for example, at the beginning, you can see the captain having blisters on his hand and trying
yeah.
to clean his blisters. Or for example, one of them is really sick. Like when you travel, you get blister on your feet. You've got back pain. You're sick,
Their face from the
but
sun and the
not sick as
dehydration in
a
their
home.
lips. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Or
the
for
blisters on
example,
the back
they
because
need
they're yeah,
they
yeah.
need to row every day and night. So when two are sleeping, the two other are awake. So the girls are together, the men are together, right? And they work by shift. You do the same when you travel in Asia, in the jungle. When Stefan was
Right.
sleeping, I was awake. When I was sleeping, he was awake. And you need to be always alert. Somebody need to
Always
get food.
alert.
Somebody need to rest and be at
And
peace.
chirps.
Always, always, always. And I really like that tension and that little
They do it well.
details, commitment to details, because
Yeah, so you like this one. I like this one. I saw this one. I'm like, man, I think you would like this one. And I do agree this is a great one to see it in the movie Row 2025. Don't take our word for it. Check it out check it out in the theater. Honestly, I think it's a great movie. The movie goes by quickly and the tension is there throughout and they do it well. And you care about the characters. That's why it works.
yeah,
You care about each
yeah,
character, even the ones you don't like. You still care about them, and that's where it works. And now, shifting gears, Bad Man. Bad Man, written and directed by Michael Dilberti with J.J. Nelson, starring Seann William Scott and other people. Oh, I'm kidding. Chance Perdomo and Robbie Wrigley. Sorry, Rob. Mispronounce your name again. This one is in Colt Lake, Tennessee. Sam Evans tackles a meth epidemic. He is sidelined on arrival of Bobby Gaines, an undercover agent. Despite Evans' local ties, Gaines is hailed as a hero. Suspicions arise on Gaines, on which unravel a complex narrative based on a true story, if I remember this correctly. This is a action comedy. They actually listed as action comedy, crime, and thriller, but it's an action comedy. It's an action comedy. I saw the screener and I saw that Seann William Scott was in it. I'm like, holy shit, this is like him playing Lethal Weapon again. I think that was him in Lethal Weapon. Whatever, it was not. Oh well. I was like, oh my god, this is this again. And I will say that although he's mostly known, yeah, he was in Lethal Weapon, mostly known for American Pie early on in like 1999, right? He is a fantastic action comedy star. He really is. Like I've seen movies where he can pull the entire movie off just himself. And I think Batman, it does have a decent cast. You like Batman too, yeah?
yeah. I love it. It's very funny. It's very refreshing.
Yeah, it's a funny little thing. I mean, listen, it could have been a TV show. Honestly, this could have been a TV show
Yes.
and like, oh, we
hmm
watched a season of the TV show, right? It didn't have to be a movie, but it made a good movie. It made it the sorry,
hmm
one day Joe found where his fucking mic is. It was a decent movie and it allowed you to kind of unwind from like the psychological drama of it. It's a good way to unwind, right?
Yes. It's a
Batman.
small movie. It's really nice. It's really funny. And I really like the plot and the way the character are. It's a small village in America. There is nothing very bad happening, and suddenly a murder. I have to say, without spoiling anything, I like the first scene, the beginning, and I really like the end of the movie. The
Yeah.
middle, I found it really funny, really cute, really refreshing. You have a take of the deep America, and it's just funny, haha, and I really like it. But when I watched the movie, I liked the bad guys at the beginning, and I liked the ending, and I liked the synopsis. It's really interesting, and I was like, at the end of the movie, I did. Oh fuck! I didn't know that, and I was on my ass. I didn't know. I was like, I didn't expect that. I expect something more
Yeah.
traditional, let's say, but I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's good. Like it gave really sense of that movie.
Yeah. It's a fun thing. It's weird because again, I don't really read synopses when I ask for I was like, "Oh, Seann William Scott's in an action movie." Yeah, give it to me. I'd love to see that. Or if I look at like, oh, it's based on blah, it looks interesting to me. It is a movie that we've seen 1,000 times before, plot wise. It's the everyone's is a small town people can't do shit movie, right? It's Mayberry. Mayberry from Meth Problem. That's basically the pitch. And it takes an outsider to set it right. And then you're thinking it's be like fucking Walk Tall with like The Rock or like with Kevin Sorbo, whoever's doing Walk Tall now, or like Machete with Danny Trejo. And you're thinking like, okay, this is gonna be a really intense, Arnold Schwarzenegger takes on the rest of the town movie. It is not. It is not. And in a very wonderful way. And there's some parts in this movie, like, I'm trying not to spoil it, but there's one part where the protagonists need money to pose as drug dealers or to try to make a buy. And I'm not sure if the guy just like if one of the cops robs someone. Like I actually don't know. I might have blacked this out, but there's some things that are like, huh, that's interesting. Like, and the way they do it, and the way they set it up, and the way they go through everything, it has a great turn in Act 3. And you kind of sense that maybe they do a little bit of breadcrumbs, so you might have guessed a little bit of it, but the turn in Act 3 is fantastic, and it really makes the movie. You're right. Like the way it ends. You're right. The middle is fun. The middle is fun. The
Mhm.
beginning and the end are fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah,
Fair? Yeah,
definitely.
I think it's fair. Yeah. And okay, we were talking about, do you need to see this on the big screen?
No.
Not really. And this is more of a you watch it, unwind, and unplug. This would be great if you were on a date or you just want to watch something with your spouse.
I would
You
advise
know?
you to watch it with a cold beer and a good burger.
Yeah. Yeah, just chill. It's one of those where you just want to chill out. It's not quite Harold and Kumar, but it's also quite not
Mhm.
not.
Mhm.
And we got some great cat. The cast again is fantastic, and they play the roles really well. Like Seann William Scott is amazing in it, as always. Rob Riggle is. If you've seen one Riggle part, you've seen them all. If he's doing the comedic, hey, one of those type things. But he's really putting it on as Chef. Jesus Christ, Chief Sandy. But here it is. It's all these very cool things, man. They getting
And
double
I
days in it.
and I
Levy
really
Pole.
liked for this movie the way they filmed the movie. The quality of the picture. Did you notice?
Yeah, it's the budget for the entire movie. I'm not even sure. Probably not a whole hell of a lot, but it
No.
looks fantastic.
Mhm.
It looks fantastic. It's not only an hour and 30, like that, hour and 38-minute long. So yeah,
Mhm.
they do a great job at this, and I do have something kind of sad about that. I didn't know this since I was again. I don't read the synopsis. I just say, oh, it's a good movie. The guy who was playing DJ, Chance
Mhm.
Perdomo, he passed away. That's his
Oh.
last movie.
Oh
Yeah,
merde.
yeah. That's
Oh.
his last movie. The guy who was playing DJ. He
Mhm.
died last year, my ex's birthday.
Oh.
So
Ooh.
yeah, it's one of those. Like, it's the last one. It's a good movie, but
Mhm.
man, I wish it wasn't his last. And for those who don't know where Chance was, like
Mm.
Gen V, he did that one, the Cipher, and Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. That was also him. Midsummer Murders, because everyone's on Midsummer Murders. But man, it is a good movie, and boy, oh boy, oh boy, that it's sad to see it, but he plays a great role. He's such a good actor. He was such a good actor.
Yeah.
And That's what I think. I think the last two movies, especially, is the acting. I will watch. I would watch this cast act out a school play and be entertained with it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, my fifth grader wrote a play. Like, let's put this on. What the fuck? Why not? It's great. People are flawed. People are flawed in this, and they play the flaws correctly. People are insecure in this, and they play insecurities correctly. The stakes are they're real enough, right? The stakes are absolutely real enough, and things do happen. And if it's actually a true story or not, I don't care. Most things are based on a true story, quote unquote. Nowadays, it
But
is
it's a
a
really,
great.
really interesting plot because it's really funny, haha. But it tackles very serious things, like for example, drug with methamphetamine, the lack of work in small villages. I come from a small village, and we have a metal working town who just become a ghost town, and that's terrible. And what's happened? People sell drugs, etc. There is no work. The only work you can get is McDonald's. That's why I work at McDonald's. And what
Yeah,
is the lady doing in the film? Oh, maybe they're going to have a Taco Bell. And it's 2008. It's not in modern days. It's 2008, and you can see what's going on in this small village. So it's interesting. But there is a scene I really like. It's when the chef of the sheriff comes to the hero and say, "I understand. You're having a very bad moment. You're having a murder on your shoulder. Your father committed suicide. Your girlfriend, well, the lady you love, she's really not loving you. So
yeah.
you're really having a tough time. Yes, chef, I'm having a tough time. Yes, you're having a tough time. Okay, see you next week. And he leave. And I'm like, what? And
And that's exactly it.
I
That's what
like
I'm
that.
saying. Rob plays that role perfectly. And when I said, like, if you see one
Mhm.
Rob role, you see it all, that wasn't me knocking Rob at all. It means he is an amazing force of energy and he makes things deadpan and yet energetic at the same time. It's a fucking talent he has to make it deadpan like that. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Well, see you next week.
Mhm.
And then just to go the opposite direction, 180, and
Mhm.
just suckers you in, and that's the magic about this cast. Like, I don't think I can imagine anyone
Yeah.
else doing that role than him, because the way he
Yeah.
can draw that up, and the way that Seann William Scott is both like he's a macho tough man. At the same time, he's almost consciously playing a parody of the macho tough man without
Yes.
saying I'm playing a parody. And
Yes.
that's the best thing in the movie. Yeah, it's a parody without being a parody. It's not what was a scary. It's not Scary Movie where you know it's an obvious
Mhm.
parody of the horror movies. This is its own movie, and it's just like your brain lines up with the next thing that happened in the trope, and they go, "No, we're good. We're going this way." And
Yeah.
those moments, I loved it. I did. I loved it. And you sent me a picture during the screening. Like we said, the best actor for the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this
So I
is
would
is
say,
I don't
yeah,
remember his name, but he has a hat on his head, and he's like,
those
"You are
sparkles. Yeah, it's
in
all
front
like
of the kingdom of this senior," and he's just a sort of grand dog with a hat. And I'm like, "Okay, that's the best actor. I need to take a picture of
absolutely,
it."
and that's the magic of this movie, Bad Men, with Seann William Scott. It is entertaining. There were no moments where I could probably watch this with my mom, honestly. I think I don't know,
Mhm.
sure,
Oh, you
there's nothing that
definitely.
makes me go like, "Mm," you know?
No, it's a cute movie. It's interesting. It's funny.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly it. It's an action comedy, and if you think about it, the plot's gonna fall apart, but if you're from a small town, this maps. Like, we're both from small
Yeah.
towns, and
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah. Yeah.
maps, man. Like, we have a our town,
Mhm.
it was big when we got a McDonald's. Like,
Yeah.
"Motherfucker, we got a McDonald's now. We're fucking off the hooks, motherfucker. Take
Oh,
that."
Oh, McDonald's!
We have a
Like
McDonald's now.
McDonald's. You have a McDonald's in your city. You are in. You're the coolest.
Mm.
And also,
No more driving 35 minutes for McDonald's. But that used to,
yes.
but that's
No,
exactly it. It's like
you're right. No,
it's a
you're
small
right.
town. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a fish out of water because the guy, Sean's character is the fish out of water. He's like this big shot guy. And it works, and it's endearing. And again, it's the acting is phenomenal. There's some people I can't imagine I can't imagine other people playing these roles
Hmm.
because they're just so perfect for the role. They're so perfect for the role, and it
Oh,
is
yeah.
well directed, well paced,
Hmm.
and they really do hit Act 3 well. They hit Act 1. There's things you see in Act 1 that are clues throughout that you don't know they're clues until the end of the movie.
Yes.
Nothing happens randomly. But there's no random chance with the movie. So I loved it. I agree. When I see it in the theater, I probably would see this in the theater just because, like, oh, it would be like just unwinding after a day of work. I agree. Alcohol plus food, perfect movie. You have one of those
Hmm.
VIP theaters with the chairs and they serve you the drinks and they serve you food. It'd be great for that. Just to
Hmm.
chill the F out and not give a crap, put your brain on pause for 2 hours and enjoy yourself. This is the perfect movie
And
for it.
laugh. And laugh. Like,
And
they're really
laugh for once.
funny. I didn't stop laughing. Like, I really
Yeah.
like it. It's cool. It's cute. It's not
Yeah.
violent. Yes, there is
No.
a death, but
For an
it's not
action movie,
violent.
not really.
And yeah, yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
So we both say, check this out. Nice. So we're 2 for 2 for movies. And the last movie we're going to talk about, I got to interview the director of the next movie, Joker 2. I interviewed Colin. When did I interview? Like a couple weeks ago, and we put it out. And it's like we're doing the interview, and the only time I'm like, oh, we're gonna do. I might have bugged the PR company a million times to interview him, but like, oh yeah, we'll give you the interview, and it was like during my break at work. So I had like a laptop. We were in the fishbowl, and I was like, oh, not a normal setup whatsoever. So if you see the interview, like these posters are definitely not there. It's like some white wall, something like that. But I interviewed Colin Krawchuk, and it is check it out on What's Cracking. But Jester 2, I wanted you to see because because Kaitlyn Trentham's performance as Max. You are Max. The protagonist of the movie is you. Uh-oh, as we lose camera for a second. And we come back. Looks like Amelie had to give me the finger for a minute. She's like, oh, I'm Max. I'll show you
So
Max.
I'm Max.
Yeah. We both seen the movie.
Hmm.
Jester 2. I'll read up at IMDb. I should probably do that first. It's a horror movie. We're ending with a horror. When teen magician Max crosses paths with the sinister Jester on Halloween night, she must outsmart a supernatural killer whose magic is all too real and whose tricks always end up in blood. Written and directed by Colin Krawchuk. And if you ever seen Black Phone, the same person who made the mask that we all see on the posters also makes a mask for Jester. So like the visual effects are fantastic automatically out the box. But Kaitlyn's performance in this movie is fantastic. It made me remember when I was a kid. It really did. And kind of not really fitting in and being that outsider and even when you try, you kind of get shit on. And just there's a very human element to this movie that I think works really well. And when I was watching this movie, I remember how you said you're growing up, you didn't fit in. You're saying I was this geek and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh my god, Amelie was Max. See, I'm not good. I'm not good looking enough to be Max. I'm like Max is like I'm the ducky Max, I guess. That makes sense to like 5
You
people.
know, now you say that, I will rewatch the movie with this perspective and watch it because we've been doing now this podcast for all summer and I learned so much about you. And that's really interesting because you open up about you as a teenager. While me, when I was a teenager, when I was 18 years old and I met you, you were already 35 years old. So you were an adult, you were a grown up. You had your heart broken, you bought your house, you had your PhD, champion of taekwondo. You were already a man. You were already an adult. You live your life. There is a huge difference between me at 18 and me at 35 years old.
That's
For
right.
example, if
I live my
18 years
life,
old
baby.
me was meeting me, 35 years old, she would be impressed. Why? A mother of triplets. You travel the world. You went to Australia. You went into the jungle. You speak French, English, German. You work for an international company. Your best friend is an American. Wow. And you've been to America? Wow, that's so cool.
Motherfucker, your best
You
friend's an
did so
American?
much stuff.
Who is he?
Yeah, my boyfriend is an American. Well, I'm going
What
to
a
describe
dick.
you to you because you never met him. He's amazing. He's got fantastic orange
Oh, sorry, sorry.
glasses. He's a ginger, but more darker hair. He's 2 meter tall, and he's really, really hot, but he thinks he's not. But he is. And you won't believe, but he just turned 50 years old, but you would think he's 35 years old.
Wu
Yeah,
Tang.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Appreciate. Love on you. No, I'll take it. I'll take that every day, any day. You know that. And
But
that's
no,
okay.
yeah, I'm going
So
to
you didn't
rewatch
see
the movie
Max,
and with this. Hmm.
but I think you need to rewatch it because you are Max. You are the Max is the girl with the paint on her clothes. That's going to make sense to anyone who watched Chris Evans before he became Captain America. Max is the girl with the paint on the clothes, meaning Max is the completely beautiful girl who's just like, oh man, she likes magic. She can't be cool like you. Completely gorgeous. Like, oh no, she likes she likes comic books. She can't be cool. I'm like, what? What? Huh? Huh? That's it? That's the thing then? All right. So you see that, and she's trying to find her way between that weird, like Alice Cooper wrote the song 18, weird time of you're not a kid, but you're not quite old enough to be an adult. I mean, you're an adult, but
Correct.
it's not like, you know, you're still trying
Yeah.
to slough off that high school shit a bit.
Hmm.
And you see this where she's being rejected and by everyone, her mom, her siblings, like everyone just fucking rejects her in the beginning of the movie. And she's just out there. At the same time, we see this weirdo being created almost like from nothingness of the Jester, the Jester character, right? From nothingness. And unlike a lot of the movies I have a problem with, like I'm not a big Terrifier fan. I get Archer Clown is indestructible, but why? You know what I mean? It's like it's not by having Art the Clown being indestructible, unkillable. Art the Clown always just teleports around the place randomly and fucking kills people. It doesn't have an interesting movie to me. Like Terrifier is just not interesting to me. It's not because there's nothing at stake. It's just a snuff fest. Like, oh, how's Art gonna kill people today? I don't give a fuck. I can see death on TV. I don't need fucking Art the fucking Clown doing this. And that's what was kind of like when Michael Myers went from a real person, a real flesh and blood person to like whatever the F the last three fucking Halloweens were. I know I censored myself the first time I said the F word afterwards. It's like, oh, he's the epitome of evil. I'm like, nah, who cares a F? I'm like, why make him something he's not? If he's going to be a person, people can die. That is a stake. Things are at stake. It's now a fight. If it's a snuff fest, who cares? Even Freddy could die. Nightmare on Elm Street, even Freddy Krueger. When Nancy outwits, and at the end, we'll, spoiler alert about this one, but when Heather Levenkamp, that's why we like Nancy as a survivor. She's smart, she's tough as nails, and she doesn't always fit in, but she knows this, and that's how she survives. With Max, it's the same as Heather's character in Nightmare on Elm Street, which is Nancy, right? We see Caitlin's doing kind of the same role, where it's a smart person who doesn't fit in, kind of cares, kind of doesn't because she's still in high schoolish, and has the willpower beyond her peers to survive. That's what I see in you, and that's what I see in the character of Max, and that's why I really like Jester too. It's not just some rando clown killing fucking people for no reason. Indestructible. It's none of that. The Jester has a purpose. The Jester has real life moments where he connects with the protagonist of Max. And even though the Jester is doing some vile stuff, Max still goes kind of like, yeah, but he's kind of cool. He's giving me the time of day. He's my friend. They bond through magic. It's kind of cool that way. You and I, am I your Jester? Who knows? You know. So did
Probably.
you? Yeah. Am I? Oh. So
Are
what did
you
you think?
evil?
What? Yeah. Am I? I don't know. What'd you think?
I watch it. It's easy to watch. It's not my favorite movie, but yeah, I enjoy watching it. It was interesting. It was entertaining.
It was entertaining. Yes, it was interesting. It's entertaining. Did you? Okay. Do you like the movies where it's? And I'm not talking about Jason Voorhees. We understand Jason Voorhees is supposed to be almost indestructible, but he can't just really teleport all over the place. Someone at home is just punching the screen. I get it. Whatever. He's there's some rules, there's some logic rules. But did you like how the Jester actually has a purpose in the movie versus just some random psycho?
Yeah. It was interesting.
They,
Like,
they, they do an interesting twist on it. They do. Did you care if the Jester lived or died?
I watched the movie with the bad character. I not really, not really.
Really?
I
I,
didn't
I
know.
yeah. I felt bad for the Jester. Maybe I'm more Max than you. Yeah, maybe I'm more Max than you are. I actually felt bad for the Jester. Like I cared what happened to the Jester. I didn't care what happened to most of Max's high school friends.
Hmm.
I think we can all kind of agree that most of them are crap.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's interesting because the bad guy is interesting. Like you follow the bad guy. The bad guy is interesting, but compared to the high schooler, you're right. They're just character. I I don't know if it's the actor play. I don't know if it's just the way it was filmed, but for me, the character were just side character. You know what I mean?
Did you okay? Did you grow up with people like that in your high school?
Yeah, even worst.
Yeah, same, and that's why I'm kind of like they are shallow because those kids were shallow.
Hmm.
I think the acting is good because they're acting shallow. Like we're talking about Barry and how the people on Barry have to act poorly, like they're bad actors because of his acting class. I think the same thing with Jester too, that the people that the high schoolers are just shallow. And so the people portraying them have to act this way, and sometimes it works better than other times. Now, without spoiling anything, I found it interesting that the Max is a sympathetic character, and so is the Jester for me, and they find sympathy in each other. Like they actually some have like almost like a true friendship, even though let's say it gets out of hand a bit, gets out of hand a bit, but it's almost like a true friendship for a while, you know? And that's why I think if you rewatch this and think about like, are you Max or not? I think you're Max. I think you're Max. I do.
Okay.
But this is the Jester 2. I would watch the Jester 2 in the theaters because I think I love the honestly, I love the movie. It's an hour and a half movie. It's an hour and a half horror. It is pretty much all the things I like in horror. It does have some gore, but the gore makes sense. It's not just gore for gore's sake, usually. It is a sympathetic character. The special effects are fantastic. The acting is solid. And there really is a way that I want to see Jester 3. I know Colin's gonna be like, what the fuck, Jester 3? But I want to see a sequel. I want to see more of this. I want to see this on Joe Bob Briggs' The Last Drive-In. This would be a great Last Drive-In movie. Jester 2 would be an amazing Last Drive-In movie of Joe Bob Briggs.
Yeah.
You know, and I would watch this. Some of it reminds me of the movies I love growing up with in the theaters. The horror movies I love growing
Oh.
up with in the theaters where I'm not trying to figure out 12,000 plots, but it's entertaining as hell.
Oh, yes, yes. It's very simple. Like I watch it with a Coca-Cola and a packet of chips at night
Yeah.
after a long day at work. Easy, relaxing, chilling. You watch it, you laugh a little bit. Yeah, it's not. It's not too intellectual like some movie franchise. It's chilling. It's light. It's easy. It's pop. It's nice.
Yeah, and I think, and I'll just leave it at this for the Jester 2. If you love horror, I would actually 1,000% see Jester 2. It's in theaters starting September 15th. In theaters soon. So go see Jester 2 in the theater. I would love, I'm gonna go see it in the theater again. Screw it. I mean, I saw it. I'm still gonna go to the theater to see it. And this is absolutely fantastic as a movie, and I believe the critics agree with me. If they don't, who cares? I say watch it. That's all I know. And this is gonna be something that you can absolutely watch again. I like this better than most of the latest Blumhouse movies, and I love Blumhouse. I think this movie blows them away. The last couple Blumhouse offerings, it does. So if you like horror, check out The Jester 2, especially if you like that indie horror feel. This is smooth. The acting is top notch. The effects are amazing. The mask work is black bloody phone. So absolutely cool. So that is it. We did 3 movies. My God, 3 movies in 1 hour. Not bad, not bad, not bad. And remember, next time we will get back to Dexter. Did you watch the end of Dexter? Did you watch the end of the season?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
We will get back to Dexter soon. We've got one more movie thing coming up, and it's going to be us watching the Thunderbirds. I'm pretty sure
Yes.
that's the name of it. The Thunderbirds. That's the actual name of the theme. It is cuckoo bananas, as Box Human would say, and we'll do a small little watch party on that just to chill out. Like we'll do
Yes.
one at a time. They're 50 minutes long. And so if you have to watch, okay, if you have to watch one movie at the theater, I think it's gonna be Row, right?
Yes.
I think Row
Correct.
you have to watch in the theater, but I think all 3 make sense to watch. Like you're
Yes.
not gonna feel wasted. I would watch Jester 2 in the theater too, by the way, as I said before.
Hmm.
And Batman, man, we had some good screeners. Like long gone are the days where we're hating on movies. So thank you all for putting these wonderful movies out there. Keep making them. We'll keep watching them. Until next time, we bid you good day. Bye, everyone. Like and subscribe now, motherfuckers. Deuces.
I hear a cat.